show. But before we get into that, we're going to have Anna Chukovich of Alexei Navalny's foundations say a quick few words about the late Alexei Navalny. Please give a round of applause.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Chukovich, and I manage finance at the Anti-Corruption Foundation. And here at the upcoming panel, I'm going to talk about how we use Bitcoin in our work. But before that, I would like to say a couple of words about something that is very important to me. Here in this picture is my boss, my leader, the bravest man I know. His name is Alexei Navalny. Thank you. For 7 years, I was privileged of working alongside him. But he wasn't just my colleague. He was a beacon of hope for millions, a symbol of courage, and a true inspiration to us all. He wasn't just a political figure. He was a real hero in every sense of the word. He fearlessly stood up corruption, tyranny, and injustice, facing unimaginable risks every single day. 2 weeks ago, on the 16th of February, after being kept and tortured in Russian prison for 3 years, he was killed by Putin for being the main threat to his regime. Navalny was killed, but he wasn't broken. With his head held high, he gave his life for what he believed in. And he didn't want anything extraordinary. He just wanted a normal, democratic development of his country. And before coming here, I was doubting if I should be here today on this stage after everything that happened. But then I decided that I must be here because this is the only thing Navalny wanted from us, not to give up. Thank you. These are the words Navalny liked to quote. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. So I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to share our experience. And I'm going to see what we can do together to make the world a better place. I'm going to do all it takes to prove that evil hasn't won. So please, let's honor the memory of Alexei Navalny by continuing our fight for what is right, by standing up for justice and never backing down in the face of oppression. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ben, and I'm going to be, I suppose, moderating this panel. But I'm just going to keep it with Anna here, and she's going to chat a little bit about her experiences, and then we'll toss it down the line to Janice, and I'll let them tell their stories, and then we'll have a discussion in which you guys can partake. So, Anna, continue.
Thank you, Ben. So the Anti-Corruption Foundation was established in 2011 in Moscow by the leader of Russian opposition, Alexei Navalny. And our foundation has many opposition projects, not only anti-corruption investigations, which is one of the most significant projects, but we have many more, and all of them are aimed at one big goal of defeating Putin's regime and promoting democracy in Russia. And of course, we want to stop the war in Ukraine that Putin started. I joined the foundation in 2017, and I began as an assistant of a legal department, but then I was promoted to position of financial manager. So while working in Russia, our foundation faced many different kinds of attacks from the government because they tried everything they could to stop us, starting from fabricated criminal cases, political threats, physical attacks, police raids, and even assassination attempts. And I, as a financial manager, had to deal with a very unexpected kind of attack on our organization. The Russian government used the banking system as a tool of oppression against our organization because they quickly realized that depriving us from access to money is like to deprive us from oxygen. Without money, we cannot keep operating. And we had responsibility to cover salaries of more than 300 people. We had more than 40 offices all over the country. And if we cannot provide payments to cover all this, we just cannot keep working. So this is a screenshot from our bank account. Back then in 2018, they one day just blocked our bank account for the amount of almost minus 1 trillion rubles. It was just usual working day. I refreshed the online page of our bank and I saw this and I almost fainted because just in 1 second we lost all of our fiat savings. And this thing happened many times. They just blocked our bank accounts under the basis of fabricated criminal cases. But we need to keep operating, so we start new legal entities, and they simply block bank accounts of all of them. This is the list of our different legal entities, and you can see negative balances everywhere. They just block it illegally. And after trying this, and they see that they fail, that we open new legal entities, we open new bank accounts, they blocked bank accounts of our employees, and the most ridiculous moment was they blocked bank accounts of Alexei Navalny and his family members, because he was never our employee. He never received any money from our organizations, so they just illegally blocked their bank accounts for no reason, just for fighting against Putin. That's why our foundation began using Bitcoin back in 2016, because already at that time it was clear that the banking system in Russia is fully controlled by the regime, fully transparent to the regime, and we always relied on Bitcoin as a plan B. Every time when they blocked our bank accounts, we could keep operating because we had some savings in Bitcoin. In 2020, Alexei Navalny was poisoned and he survived. But after that, he was imprisoned, and our foundation was labeled as an extremist organization, which means that we became completely illegal on the territory of Russia. We had to move from the country, and we relocated to Lithuania, where we continue our opposition work now. Our story became well known, and there is even a movie about Navalny. The movie won an Oscar. So after moving from the country, we thought that we're not gonna have this kind of problems anymore because we're in a safe European country. But today, we rely on Bitcoin way more than we used to before. We are a big organization of 140 people, and half of our employees receive salaries in Bitcoin today. Also, we make many payments in Bitcoin because since Putin invaded Ukraine, Russia is under financial sanctions, and the entire country is cut off from the global financial system. We cannot make any payments to Russia, but we have responsibilities to support political prisoners, their families, activists who fight against the regime inside the country, to cover their advocates. We cannot make any payment with fiat to Russia. That's why we use Bitcoin to make payments to the country. And as an NGO, as a non-profit organization, we only rely on donations. Donations is our only source of income. And since Russia is cut off from the financial system, we lost the entire country of donors. Russians are our target audience, and we cannot receive any fiat donations from them. So today, we are responsible to teach the entire country how to use Bitcoin, how to operate with it, how to provide payments safely. It's very important because for donating to us, to so-called extremist organization, if you're Russian, you face imprisonment for that. So we are responsible to provide a safe way of donations to our donors. That's why we decided to get rid of a static Bitcoin address, and this is a tool on our website which allows our donors to provide donations with a Bitcoin address generator. So every donor gets a new Bitcoin address every time, and we use a mixer with a CoinJoin, so the Russian government cannot track donations of our donors. It's very, thank you. Yeah, but even having these tools, unfortunately, we still have many challenges. I'm going to elaborate on this topic later. But my main point is that we rely on Bitcoin a lot on a daily basis, and I can say that monthly we provide payments worth of 100,000 euro in Bitcoin. And we rely on Bitcoin donations a lot every day. So that is how the ACF uses Bitcoin in our work.
Wow, that's impressive.